In our chapter on India and Pakistan or Indo-Pak relations, I have discussed various aspects of Jammu and Kashmir and its history. Now, a simple question I would like to ask is why should we consider Jammu and Kashmir as an integral part of it? Or what are our arguments about why should we treat or why Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India? So, the question is why J&K is an integral part of India, or what are the justifications we will give, or what are the arguments from our side? See, Pakistan's argument about Jammu and Kashmir is very clear, we know. Pakistan says Pakistan was created after the two-nation theory. Hindus and Muslims cannot stay together. Hindus and Muslims are two different nations, two different cultures. There is nothing in common. So we have created Pakistan for Muslims. Jammu and Kashmir is a Muslim majority region, Muslim majority princely state. So the people of Jammu and Kashmir or Jammu and Kashmir should join Pakistan, and it is, territorially also it is close to them, and they should join Pakistan because, Pakistan is created for Muslims. But that argument is a very simplified or simplistic explanation given by Pakistan. But if you look politically, if you look socially, if you look our philosophy, and legally, we can safely say that that argument of Pakistan is absolutely incorrect. There are many reasons why we should consider Jammu and Kashmir as an integral part of India. Number one, the first reason is the legal one. Maharaja Hari Singh signed the instrument of accession. Hari Singh signed the instrument of accession, and which was ratified by the British Parliament. Instrument of accession is the legal way. See, we had hundreds of princely states. All these princely states were given the choice of either joining India or Pakistan. Even all other princely states joined India or Pakistan like this only. And it is an internationally accepted agreement. So, this instrument of accession is an internationally accepted agreement, and this agreement or the signing of this agreement between this Maharaja Hari Singh and India, it has been subsequently approved by the British Parliament also. So, when it comes to the legality of joining Jammu and Kashmir to Indian Union, is 100% legal. There is no illegality in this. Nobody can question the legality of Jammu and Kashmir joining Indian Union. So, we can safely say Jammu and Kashmir entry to Indian Union is 100% legal. There is no illegality involved in it. And that is how all other princely states joined either India or Pakistan. So, Jammu and Kashmir also did that. Jammu and Kashmir is no different from any other princely state. So, that is the first argument. The second argument is Pakistan always claims that the India was divided into Muslim majority and Hindu majority states. It is true. The British provinces were divided. See, we divided British provinces into Hindu majority and Muslim majority states. This partition was done only in the British provinces and not in the princely states. Please note, this division of whether Hindu or Muslim issue was there only in the British provinces, not in the princely states. Princely states were not democratic at that time. What are the people's will and all, we did not even know. The kings were given the choice to join either India or Pakistan. Of course, there were some issues, Junagadh, Hyderabad. So these are the states where the people's will were something else and the king's will was something else. So people revolted. Ultimately, a plebiscite was conducted in both the places and people overwhelmingly favored India. That's a different story. But otherwise, in general, this provision was there only for 2-3 princes, not for others. All of them, the choice of the prince, the choice of the kings were very important because there is no democracy there. So this choice of dividing into a Hindu or Muslim issue was there only in the provinces where the Britishers were directly ruling and not in the princely states. So this issue of Hindu majority and the Hindu-Muslim issue was not applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. It is applicable only to the the provinces, not for the princely. That is the number 2. So Jammu and Kashmir was not, in any way liable to join Pakistan, or it is not automatic that Jammu and Kashmir should have been joining because Jammu and Kashmir is a Muslim majority, a princely state. So that argument is not valid for a princely state in the first place. A third argument is Pakistan wanted, or the Muslim League wanted, or a separate country by way of this two-nation theory. And as I mentioned in another video, this two-nation theory itself is a flawed and a wrong theory, and it is no truth in that theory. We are not two nations, we are not two cultures. If you look that way, we are thousands of cultures. All Muslims in India are not having the same culture. They have hundreds of different culture. A Mopla Muslim of Malabar region of Kerala has a totally different culture when it comes to a UP or Bihar Muslim. Similarly, the Hindus of Kerala or Tamil Nadu have a totally different culture when it comes to a Hindu of Punjab or a Jammu and Kashmir Hindu. Even within the caste, Brahmins don't have the same culture and same practices. We have hundreds of different practices and culture when it comes to within Hinduism or within Islam across India. So there is nothing called a two nation. Why two nations? There are hundreds of nations if you look that way. So the Pakistan's argument that Muslims have a different culture, Hindus have a different culture, so this theory was rejected by Indian National Congress right from day one. And there is no truth in that. Even the failure of Pakistan to maintain a single country between East Pakistan and West Pakistan clearly shows that their two-nation theory has failed. So we had no faith. Two-nation theory is an utter failure, and Indian National Congress, we insisted on unity in diversity. And if you look that way, Kashmir will very well fit into the Indian concept of unity in diversity. Kashmir is another culture, another unique culture, and India is more than happy to accommodate each and every culture. Kashmir is a symbol of our national integration. Kashmir is a symbol of our unity in diversity. Kashmir is a symbol of unique cultures joining together and living together happily. So we have rejected the nationalism of Pakistan. We have rejected the two-nation theory outrightly. So there is no argument that Muslim majority Kashmir should automatically join Muslim majority Pakistan. So the argument has no validity in India because we believe in unity in diversity. We have rejected the two-nation theory. Even when we agreed partition, India agreed partition. It is true, Mahatma Gandhi agreed partition. But he agreed for partition not because he believed in the theory behind the partition. He agreed only to prevent the bloodshed. Mahatma Gandhi and say Nehru, all these leaders agreed for partition. Not because they believed in the theory behind partition. They agreed for partition only because they wanted to prevent the bloodshed, So the creation of Pakistan itself is on a faulty premises. So no question of we giving up Jammu and Kashmir only because Pakistan is saying something. So that is another point I would like to say. So we don't believe in religion when it comes to nationality. We have nothing to do with religion. We always say India is a secular country, religion is immaterial. India is not a Hindu country. Similarly, Jammu and Kashmir is not a Muslim country. We are talking about a nation based on secularism and not based on any particular religion. So we have outrightly rejected the two-nation theory and the Pakistani argument. A fourth point I would like to add here is Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India because the popular leadership at that time was firmly for joining Indian Union, that is Sheikh Abdullah of National Congress, and the popular leaders at that time strongly believed in joining a secular country rather than a religion-based theocratic Pakistan. So there was full popular support. Even majority of the people wanted to join Indian Union, and that we can show from the way they have actively participated in elections subsequently. They have actively participated in popular elections. People's will has already been displayed many times during the initial years. People's support was 100% there. They were more than happy to join Indian Union. Why? They participate in the election and they participate in all popular activities. So people's support was there. The popular leaders' support were there, and moreover, the Kashmiri Muslim society, they were not an orthodox society, they were a liberal society. Kashmiri society, they were a liberal society. They were not orthodox. Sufi Islam and lot of influence of Hinduism and other cultures were there. A moderate Islam were practiced in this region at that time, moderate Islam. And many of these leaders, many of the leaders of the community, they were quite apprehensive about a Muslim, and that too a UP Bihar leader-led Muslim leadership in Pakistan. See, those orthodox people who all migrated to Pakistan and they were commanding and dictating terms. So many of these moderate, Muslims who were following moderate Islam, they were not very comfortable with the idea of a religious country called Pakistan. So that is why there are a lot of reluctance among the intellectuals joining Pakistan. So people were with India legally. Jammu and Kashmir joined India legally. In fact, princely states were never asked to join based on religion. Religion was never a factor when it comes to princely states joining either India or Pakistan. Religion was not a criteria there. In fact, the theory of two-nation theory has been rejected by India, and we wanted an inclusive, secular country. Unity in diversity is our philosophy. Jammu and Kashmir and the philosophy and the culture of Jammu and Kashmir very much suited the Indian culture and the unity in diversity concept. So, considering all these things, we can safely say that because of these reasons, we should say that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. So, legally, socially, culturally, in every angle, Jammu and Kashmir can be termed as an integral part of India. So these are the arguments we would like to give in favor of why Kashmir is an integral part of India.